Whakalofalai atu ta alofa lava, kia ora koutou. Ka Vasau, Rowandale School. Today I'm just going to talk to you about some helpful hints and some points about how you can better build a relationship in your home that is really supportive of a learning environment that you as a parent and a child can develop together, that's going to give you some skills that I believe you can take them beyond the COVID lockdown period, take them back into when we get into normality. So listen up, because I've got some really helpful hints for you today. One of the first things I'd like to talk to you about is this concept of talanoa. And I've shared it many times with people, and I've shared it on this show as well. Talanoa is about creating an environment where you are sharing, connecting, speaking, where you are safe, where you feel like you're listened to, where you're feeling like your opinion matters. And if you have these four principles of talanoa, love, respect, humour and warmth, you won't go wrong. If you feel the warmth in this environment where you're talanoing or you're connecting or you're talking with your family, you won't want to leave. If you feel the respect that when you share your opinion with your family in that environment, you will know that you're brave enough to share it and you're not going to be judged or you're not going to break down that communication. If you feel the humour breaks the ice, makes everything feel a little bit better, laughing at one another. You know, one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard is, make sure that if you fall down in front of certain people, you start laughing first. So those kind of environments where you incorporate that laughter breaks the ice, makes everyone comfortable about what's happening or what's going to happen to come. I want to talk to you about four things in relation to that talanoa as well. What I think will be really helpful after this is if you can build strong relationships, if you can have positive learning interactions in your home, if you can create a home that's really happy and healthy, and also a love of learning to read or love of reading. You won't go wrong. These skills will be translatable well beyond COVID. Positive learning interactions, making sure that we nurture these in our homes so that we bring out the best in each other. So that when our child is sharing with you their dreams and aspirations or what they want to learn, that we take that on board and we respect those. We make sure that, you know, if we've got something that our child is passionate about or they've got really deep interests, we help them to try and find opportunities for them to show this, to learn with, to make sure that right through their learning at home with you, there's opportunities for them to follow their dreams, to extend their learning, to extend their knowledge. A really positive learning and interaction home also involves you being relaxed, calm, taking your time, having a lot of respect, making sure that your child has that voice. And, you know, it's low stakes, no worries, no stress. If things don't work out the way they're supposed to, no problem. Do something different. Remove yourselves from that situation. Do something fun. Take the, you know, like I said in talanoa, find some humour. Laugh it all off. Happy and healthy homes are also important. And so if you focus on making sure that focus on the body, so having a nice healthy body, getting that exercise, getting that movement, making sure that the food that goes in is actually quite good and you're not waiting for 2 hours in lines in those funny little takeaway bars that have recently opened. Making sure that what goes in balances out your life, making sure that it's good fuel. You're getting out there, you're smelling, you're breathing the fresh air, you're experiencing nature, activity, building that relationship on a different level with your child. That's that body. Building your mind, making sure that there's opportunities in your home where everybody builds each other's minds, where you respect each other's differences, where someone has an idea and you take that on board, other people don't, have a different idea, and then you share those. You explore those things. You build each other's minds. Spirit. It's important to understand that within each other, there is something really special that makes us who we are. And so it's nurturing that and finding opportunities in your day to make sure that you allow for that time to reflect and to nurture that spirit. And then, of course, nurturing that whānau, that family, making sure that everybody feels good, feels part of the team, feels included, and knows exactly where you're going and is related to the targets or the goals that you've set as a family. But above all, to sum that up, it's creating also a love of learning itself, but in particular, for me, a love of reading. Making sure that children see the benefit in reading. Give them opportunities to read a whole lot of things. Give them that opportunity. Read to them. Read with them. Read alongside them. Let them hear you reading. Find different formats of reading. Online, newspapers, books, reading posters, signs. There's reading everywhere. Also using cues. So if you're going to hear your child reading, it's really important for a parent to hear them reading so that you can find out how you can support them. Where are their gaps? But they need to see you reading. They need to hear you reading as well. Because if they do, then one of their most amazing superheroes in their lives actually is role modeling reading. And so it's important for us to nurture that. If you can nurture a love of reading, you can do the same thing in mathematics, science, chemistry, all the different subjects that we've been talking about on this show. Arts. If you can model a love of those passions, of those learning environments, then your kids will have no problem. So recap. If we can focus on relationships in our homes, we can focus on that positive learning interactions, taking those times. Happy, healthy homes, looking at focusing on creating those, and a love of reading, in particular learning, you won't go wrong. These skills will be able to be transferable beyond COVID. These things will help you build not only a relationship within your home, but outside of your home. Your child will be better to engage in their learning at their schools. So I hope you found this very helpful today. I think one thing that I would like to comment on is that people are doing an amazing job at staying safe, making sure that they're observing those healthy practices. And I think that if our children see us modeling that and leading by example, then when you take some of these things here and relationships, interactions, happy activities, and also love of reading, then they'll listen to you as well. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Whakaua lahi mahaki, whawhtai te le lava.